What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So for this horror news update, we are talking about Ready or Not 2. And as you see from the headline here, Samara Weaving and Kathryn Newton can't hide from Ready or Not 2's new release date as filming wraps on the horror sequel. Now, I will say this is one of my favorite films. I really do enjoy this film. However, I was surprised to hear that we were getting a sequel because I'm not really sure where you go with this film when you think about a sequel, especially how the first film was, how the story was laid out, and especially how the first film ended. It didn't really lay itself down for a sequel, especially since everyone survived everyone died except for Samara Weaving's character. So again, how they're creating a sequel out of this, not sure yet. And I do hope it's not one of those situations where she shows up for the first 5-10 minutes and then it's really passed on to another character, in this case played by Kathryn Newton. Otherwise, I don't see this as a true sequel. I see this just as a money grab, using the name, using Samara to sell it, and then it turns out to not be at all what we were thinking or expecting. So let's, and as it mentions, it just wrapped filming. So let's jump into the article, see what details we can learn about this film. Find your best hiding spot and prepare to hunker down. Ready or Not, Here I Come has officially wrapped filming, taking to their social media to share the terrific news. Searchlight Pictures dropped an image of two of the movie stars returning final girls Samara Weaving and newcomer Kathryn Newton. What's even better is that the post came with an official date announcement stamping the production's cinematic arrival for April 10th, 2026. The photo itself features Weaving's Grace and Newton's newly added and yet to be named character lying on the ground. The pair are handcuffed to one another, with the former donning a shoulder and hand bandage and the latter covered in blood. While we don't know yet if they're friends or foes in the movie, both actresses are nothing but smiles celebrating a job well done. All right, so let's see if this picture... So we have a little bit more here. Let's read a little bit more here. After the creating what's become a cult classic with 2019's Ready or Not, we're not going to really read all this. Let's just cherry pick some of this. Those who saw the original film will know precisely why Weaving's character is the only OG to return. Okay, we do know that, and I kind of alluded to that already. Everyone died in the original film except for her. We have some newcomers here. They're going to be... so Sarah Michelle Gellar is going to be in this. That's interesting. I wouldn't have pegged her for this. Especially with all the other projects she's currently working on. Elijah Wood, Kevin Durand, Sean Hatzi. So just some other people here. All right, let's keep going. What we know so far about Ready or Not, Here I Come. So here's the picture they were referring to of the two. So yeah, we see her. I'm not sure if that's another kind of wedding dress that she's wearing. She's wearing a dress. She's just in average clothes. Yeah, she does have her pants covered in blood, but it's interesting that this might be another style wedding dress, because if you've seen the first film, you know she got married, and the character got married in the first film, and that's kind of then what led to the events of the film. So it'll be interesting to see if that's the case. We can't tell if she has a ring on or not. All right, so let's keep going. Aside from having a clever name, the team behind the highly anticipated horror sequel have kept their lips tightly shut when it comes to the film's plot. However, in a recent interview with comic book producer James Vanderbilt, revealed that the devil would be in the details. All right, so let's see what this quote says. I think it's safe to say we expand the mythology without explaining the entire mythology. I don't know if that sounds exciting, but it's exciting to us. I think it's the right amount of world building while still telling an amazing emotional story. We felt so privileged that that people embraced that movie that we didn't want to revisit it if it was going to be kind of like, oh look, they did it again. We were all okay leaving it be if we didn't come up with something that we felt added to it, or in some ways topped it. We are all really excited about what it is going to be. It doesn't really give us, and that's just where it ends. So yeah, like I said, I'm just as interested to know how they're going to pull this one off, because again, the way the original film could have been easily an end-to-end story without any sequel whatsoever. Now, if they would have done some sort of spin-off or prequel to that, I think that would have made more sense. If they would have done a prequel to help you understand the history of that family that was in the first one, how they got to that point with this curse or with whatever that they're dealing with, is why they are doing or have done what they've done up until that point. Or if they would have done spin-offs of potentially some of the other important family members that would have, and those timelines would have been ahead of the original film, maybe that would have made possible sense. But a direct sequel, I'm still interested to understand where they're going to go with this. And of course, if you would have done either one of those things I just mentioned, you wouldn't have had Samara in them, because and I think that's going to be one of the draws for this sequel, is you have her returning. And based on this picture, I would hope and imagine, again, it's not like I already said, it's going to be for the first 10 and 15 minutes, and then they pass it on to the next actress or the next person who would either take the film forward, especially if they try to turn this into a franchise outside of just these two films. So all right, that's what we know about Ready or Not 2, and apparently it's going to be called Ready or Not Here I Come. Has officially wrapped. We do have a date, April 10th, 2026. So hopefully, if you enjoy the first film, you'll be able to go see the next film, and now you know when it's going to be coming out. So that's going to do it for this horror news update. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let us know what you think about a sequel to Ready or Not. Like I said, I'm not sure how they're going to pull it off. I'll be interested to see. I will go see this. I will see this because I'm more intrigued than excited. I hope it's as good as the first one. And I, again, do not want them to waste the fact of having Samara returning, only to then just waste the character. So, again, drop a comment in the comment section. And if you haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, we'll see you at the next one. Later.